Namaste and welcome to this week's practice. We can start with a cross-legged position, so sitting down on our mat, feeling grounded through our sitting bones, sitting nice and tall through the crown of the head, and just resting the hands onto the knees in a chin mudra with the index fingers and thumbs connecting, the middle, fourth and fifth fingers stretching out. And we'll begin just taking some deep breaths here, just in through the nose and out through the nose, just to gently begin this practice. Using this moment just to see how you feel, both physically, mentally, and also emotionally today, just to notice anything that's popping up. Just beginning to become present in the practice. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Each time just softening through the body. Maybe releasing some tension in the shoulders. Any tension you might be feeling in the forehead, eyelids or jaw. Maybe also around the tongue. Good. Okay, so we'll take some sun arms, inhaling, rising the arms up tall, and exhaling, folding forward, little swan dive forward, bringing the head down as much as you can. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, raising the arms up, looking up, palms together, and exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, raise the arms, looking up. Exhale, release. Okay, so we can cross the legs over the other way now, the way that always feels a little bit more awkward. Same again, inhaling, raising the arms, exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, raise the arms, exhale, fold. Just beginning to move some flow in through the body. Inhale, exhale, fold. And again, inhaling, taking the arms up, exhaling through heart center and release. We'll take a little twist round to the right, taking a big breath in, and exhale, twist round to the right. Inhale again, exhale, twist. And again, inhale, rise, exhale, twist. And back to center, and we'll take a baby twist the other way, and then right hand to left knee, inhaling, exhaling, twist, looking behind, inhaling again, exhale, twist. Easing off, inhale once more, exhale, twist, noticing we're moving a little bit deeper this time, and gently release. Small baby twist the other way. Okay. So we can come into seated Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet together, rolling the shoulders back. Hands can be on the ankles here. And we'll take some half rolls with the head, just to stretch out the back of the neck, keeping the shoulders pressing down. Nice easy breaths here, hovering anywhere that you're feeling any tension or tightness, just taking a little bit extra time there. And we can gently take a little lean forward, feeling really nice and seated here, just relaxing forward, bringing the head as close to the feet as we can. Relaxing here. Just take a couple of easy breaths. And we can gently roll back up to seated. We can bring the knees in together. And we're going to come into stacked log position, which is really good for our hips. So taking the right leg on top, and we'll just interlock the hands behind the back, just folding forwards here and opening out the chest, opening out the hips, really pulling our shoulders back. Breathe here, no need to lock out the elbows. Keeping the neck nice and relaxed. Gently back up to center. And we can just swap that over, so taking the left leg on top, same thing again, interlocking the hands behind, shoulders back, and we can just take a fold forward. Again, keeping the neck nice and relaxed, nice easy breathing through the nose. And we can gently come back up. Okay. So we can lay down onto the mat now, relaxing all of the back down. And we're going to come into a little glute stretch here. So crossing the right leg over the left, pulling that in with the hands, getting a really nice deep stretch. You might like to rest the hands on the shin just underneath the knee if that's easier for you. Two options there, just getting comfortable and also trying to relax the muscles around the hips as you do this. Holding it here. And we'll gently release. Swapping sides, taking the left leg over the right, interlocking the hands either under the knee or under the knee, just around the shin area. Pulling that in. Just taking some easy breaths. Just notice where your mind is, bringing it back to the present. If you notice it's wandering. Gently release the feet down onto the mat. And we'll take the hands on the knees, just taking some little circles round, anti-clockwise with the knees. Massaging the lower back. This is really good if you get lower back pain. And we'll reverse those circles, this time going clockwise. And just notice how it feels going back the other way. Notice anywhere that's feeling tight or tense. Using your breath to just synchronize with the movements. We'll release the feet down, coming into a reclined butterfly position and just allowing the knees to splay out to the sides, resting the hands on the abdominal, just below the belly button area. Gently release the hands, bringing the knees back together. And we can roll onto the right side. Just taking a moment here, no rushing to move anywhere or get up. Just taking a moment here. And when you feel ready, we can come back up. And we'll come onto the knees. Taking the knees under the hips, knees hip width apart. And we're going to drop the belly, looking up, coming into our cow pose and rounding the back, exhaling to cat. Really pushing the mat away. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhaling, dropping the belly and looking up. And then exhaling, rounding the back. Again, bringing the chin to chest. Again, inhale. Exhale, really trying to fill some space between the shoulder blades. And we're going to curl the toes under, moving the hands a little bit closer to us. We're going to come into a little wrist strengthening practice. So getting nice and comfortable. And we can push through the wrists, pushing forward. So leaning forward, and then we're going to twist the hands just facing outside towards the outside edges of the mat. Again, taking a gentle lean forward here. Not applying too much pressure. You'll be able to gauge what feels good for you, and it will be different for all of us. And then we can turn the palms even more so that the fingers are pointing towards the body. And this is a really good forearm stretch as well. Keeping the neck nice and free. And just hold this as long as feels comfortable for you. It might be shorter than me or even longer. And when you're ready, you can gently release the hands. And we'll come into a little toe cruncher, sitting back onto the feet and taking some wrist rotations just to relieve. And move the synovial fluid around the wrists, around the joints. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into a little squat position, bringing the knees into the chest, relaxing the head. Maybe taking the arms out in front onto the fingertips. Maybe stretching the Achilles muscle, maybe the calves a little bit. And we'll gently come into a little forward fold, holding onto opposite elbows, behind the knees, relaxing the head. Just giving ourselves a little hug here. Feeling a little stretch on the hamstrings, maybe trying to straighten the legs a little bit more. Without forcing anything at all, just taking a little stretch. We can plant the hands down and we'll half lift. Finding some space here, keeping the weight into the toes, pushing the shoulders back. And we'll exhale, come back to a forward fold. Hands on the calves. And then we can relax the hands and just hold on to opposite elbows here in a little dangling position, twisting round to the left. Taking an inhale here, exhaling to center. Inhale, twist round to the right. Exhale to center, inhale to the left, exhale to center, inhaling, twisting to the right, and exhale to center. Release the hands, planting the hands down on the mat, and we'll come into a little half lift again, pushing the weight forward into the toes. Inhale, taking the arms up, keeping the core tucked in. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll move through to a nice wide position here on the long part of the mat. Bringing the feet parallel to each other. And we'll take the hands onto the hips. Spreading the toes. Inhale, rising the arms up. Exhale, taking a swan dive down. Forward folding, taking the hands onto the toes into a light, wide-legged Padahastasana. We're going to take the right arm up, twisting, and then release. Take the left arm up, twisting, looking up, and release. Taking the right arm up again, and release. And the left arm, twisting, and release. Right arm comes up again, inhale, exhale, take down to the mat, and the left arm, and relax. Good. We can heel toe the feet out a little bit wider, as wide as feels comfortable for you, and we'll half lift coming up onto the fingertips. Exhale, moving a little bit deeper. Inhale, half lift. Exhaling, moving forward into a deeper fold. We're going to take the hands over to the right foot, maybe the ankle if that's too much for you. Just taking a little twist here. You'll notice this stretches deeper on the right foot. Now taking the left arm onto the left foot, coming into a wide fold, holding onto the outside edges of both feet. Inhaling, half lifting, and exhaling, taking the right arm over to the left, taking a little twist to this side, holding it here, trying to keep the weight into the toes of the feet. Good, taking the right hand onto the feet, exhale, fold a little bit deeper. We can plant the hands now, heel toe into the middle, and we're going to come into a little yogi squat here. Good, so just pushing the outside, or through the hands, pushing the knees out wide. Let's take a little twist with it, taking up the right arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, take up the left arm, gently twisting. Exhale, release. And we'll bring the hands back together in prayer position. Sitting up nice and tall. Good. Gently release down onto the mat. So sitting up nice and tall here, finding an even bit of ground if you're outside like me. We'll come into a little boat pose, so taking the feet in front, tapping the toes each side, keeping nice and tight in the core here, reaching the arms forward. Keep going, stay strong. Always trying to keep our breastbone lifted, and we'll hold, spreading the fingers, energy moving through the hands, and release. And we'll just come into a little butterfly here, just rounding forward, giving some relief to the hips, relaxing the head, relaxing the forehead. Good, we'll gently come back up, bringing the knees together, and let's try that again. Bringing the knees up, hold here. And if you want, we can take the arms up. You can even take the legs up as well, if that feels good for you. Keeping that balance, and relax. Coming back into a forward folding butterfly here. Good, we'll gently move back up, bringing the knees in together. And we're just going to take some little rocks forwards and back. This is also good for massaging the back, as well as using our core to help control the movement. We can come all the way up to standing in one swift motion, and from here we're just going to take the arms all the way up, nice and tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Just coming to the front of the mat, we're going to take the left foot behind, keeping the hips facing forward, and hopefully you'll feel a calf stretch here through the right leg. We can interlock the arms behind the back, rising up nice and tall, And notice with the right leg that the knee's not moving over the ankle here. We can bring the hand together at the heart in a prayer position, leaning forward. And we're going to take a twist now round to the right. So the left elbow is on the outside edge of the right knee. Taking a gentle twist and release back to center. Twisting this time to the left. Keeping both legs really nice and strong. Twisting from our thoracic spine. We'll take the hands down onto the mat and we'll come into easy twist, taking the right arm up. Inhale, hold here, and exhale, release. Left arm comes up. Inhale, hold, and release. Good. We're going to push the body weight back, coming into downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the legs, stretching out the calves and hamstrings. We really want to be pushing the tailbone up towards the sky. Alternating between the legs, breathing deep here, nice Ujjayi breaths on the back of the throat. We'll bring the left foot forward between the hands. Let's plant the right heel behind. Inhale, coming up, hips facing forwards, interlocking the hands behind us, shoulders pushing back, stretching out the right calf here. Again, noticing the left knee is over the ankle, not moving past the ankle in front. Good. Bringing the hands together at the heart, twisting round to the left. So the outside edge of the left knee is just touching onto the right elbow. Back to center and twisting round this time to the right. Keep pushing the hands into each other, back to center. Let's plant the hands down either side of the left foot. Inhale, taking the left arm up, keeping the balance here. Exhale, release, taking the right arm up nice and straight. Spread the fingers and we'll exhale, release the hand. Moving back into our downward facing dog, bending the knees generously. And if you want to, taking some little bounces here, really pushing the armpits down towards the ground. And we're going to come into a three-legged dog, so taking the right leg up, pointing the toes, keeping the hips square at first. And now we're going to open the hips out, so we can bend the right leg, looking under the right armpit. And we'll bring that all the way through, touching onto the right elbow. Hold here, engage the core. Push back to downward facing dog. Hold here. Deep breaths. Now we'll take the left leg up, pointing the toes, keeping the hips square at first. And then we can open the hips out, so twisting, bending the leg, looking under the left armpit. Bringing that all the way forward through knee to elbow. And back to downward facing dog. Good. Really pushing that tailbone up to the sky, filling that in the hamstrings. And we'll bring the knees down onto the mat. Moving back, taking a moment in child's pose, passive child's pose with the knees together. We can hold on to the feet, relaxing the forehead down onto the mat. Breathe here, just allowing the breath to find its own natural rhythm, being mindful of that breath. Okay, and we can gently come up, curling the toes under, and we can hold onto the heels of the feet. And we're just going to really push the knees away, getting a really good stretch between the shoulders, keeping the head down. And relax for a moment. Again, then pushing through, really pushing the knees down away, pushing the feet away. And relax. Trying that again, really pushing through, getting that lovely stretch between the shoulder blades, really arching, really rounding the back here. Bringing the hands down to the mat now. We'll gently roll up to hero's pose. Good. Okay, so from here, we're just going to engage the core. And we're going to just take the hands into a little fist on top of each other. Inhaling as we rise up nice and tall, feeling that inside the rib cage, and then exhaling, moving down, resting the head down onto the mat. If this is uncomfortable for you, if it's a little bit too much, then maybe just taking the hands flat instead of at the cupping a fist position. We'll take that over again, exhaling as we're leaning forward. This is really good for our digestive system, just to really get some movement around here. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, folding forward again. Inhaling, moving up. And again, just right underneath the rib cage. Exhaling, folding forwards. Good, rounding up, ragdolling up to seated. Good, releasing the hands. Okay, so we can stay here in our tabletop position, knees hip width apart, wrists underneath the shoulders. Let's inhale, take the right arm up. Exhale, coming into a little thread the needle position, relaxing the head down onto the mat. With the left hand, you could either rest that out in front of you on the lower back, or maybe even seeing if you can reach around to holding on to the right thigh. Gently release, pushing through the left hand, coming back to a tabletop position. Inhale, take the left arm up. Exhale, thread that underneath the right. Same thing again, either taking the right arm out in front on the lower back or holding on to the left thigh. Keeping the eyes closed, relaxing here. And you'll notice that the knees are in a nice 90-degree angle. Gently releasing, pushing through the right hand. Good. Okay. We're going to come into frog pose now. So for this we need to be really mindful that we're not going to overstretch around the inner thighs here. And so we're opening the knees out as wide as we can onto the mat and just making sure that the feet and legs are parallel to each other. You can either rest onto the hands or down onto the forearms, whatever feels more comfortable for you, and allow the head to relax wherever you are. That's a little bit much on the knees. As with all poses, get a little bit of extra padding underneath the knees. Gently relax out of the pose, taking steps to move back towards each other. Good. Okay, we'll take the arms out in front, gently melting the head down to the mat. Relax the head, leaning the head over to one side. Again, just notice here that my legs are at a 90-degree angle, so just being aware of that. This is also good for if you're experiencing lower back pain. Take some deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good. And we can gently push back up. And this time we're going to come into a little melting thread position. So with the left hand, we're going to thread that underneath the right arm. Releasing the head down to the mat again. Breathe here. And gently come back up. Same thing on the other side. Just threading the right arm underneath the left. Relaxing the right ear down onto the mat. Coming back, we can gently move back into our melting heart position. Really trying to reach the arms forward. Again, if this is too much at any point on the knees or anywhere else, just gently come out and find your own way, your own position. We'll gently roll it all the way back up to an upright position on our knees. Good. Okay, we're going to take the right arm up, bending at the elbow, taking a nice stretch behind, allowing the head to be really nice and free here. And we're keeping the core engaged, so we're not arching the back at all here. This is really good for our triceps, for our shoulders. Gently release. Now we'll take up the left arm, bending at the elbow, holding onto the elbow with the right arm. Again, with the left hand, we've got that in the center of the back, keeping the head nice and free. Tummy is tucked in. Hold here. And we can gently release again. Interlocking the hands behind, we'll take the shoulders back and down. Good. Okay, we're going to hold on to opposite elbows now, really pushing the shoulders down away from us. If you want a more intense version, you could come into reverse prayer position, if that's better for you. So really pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. You'll notice that deep in the shoulder joint. Again, making sure that we're not arching the back, keeping the tummy tucked in. And we can gently release and just holding on to the other elbows now. So just swapping sides, pushing the shoulders down. Good, just taking a breath here. Okay, and we can gently release. Let's take the hands now onto the shoulders, drawing some nice big circles, meeting the elbows in the middle, inhaling as we're moving back. And we can exhale as we're bringing the arms down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Reversing that this time. Elbows touching again, inhaling up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhaling down, and again. Lovely. Gently release. Let's take a little lean now over to the right, keeping the head looking up, and gently release. Now leaning over to the left, gently looking up, not hunching in the shoulders at all. And gently release. Again, over to the right, keeping the neck nice and free. Looking up if that's comfortable for you. Leaning a little bit deeper. Back up to the center, over to the left. Maybe seeing if we're able to move a bit deeper. And gently back to the center. Good. Okay, we're going to bring our hands into a little mudra here with the index fingers touching. And we're going to draw some nice big circles round one way. Keep pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. Just feeling that all around the middle of the belly, the sides, middle to lower back. Taking that the other way, we can just reverse that circle, being mindful of anywhere that's slightly discomfort or being aware of those lovely stretches in the body. And we'll gently release. Good. Okay, so coming to sitting down now on the bottom. Let's just take some little ankle rotations. Also engaging our core a little bit here, keeping the breastbone nice and lifted, reversing those back the other way, and release. Good. Back to butterfly position. We're going to just take a little massage to the feet, always giving our feet love for grounding us, keeping us connected to the earth. Maybe just massaging each toe. Good. Stretching now in between each fingers, so just really feeling that nice stretch between the fingers where our hands sometimes become feeling a little bit stiff, particularly if you're practicing this in the morning. This feels really good to do. Or if you work maybe at a computer, typing, that kind of thing, it's really good to stretch out the fingers. And we can cross the legs, sitting nice and comfortably. And we're going to come to a pranayama, mothering lotus breath. So bringing the hands together at the heart, taking the arms out forward, inhale, exhaling, bringing that back towards the body and back to that lotus flower. We can inhale, turn the back of the palms out, reaching forwards. Exhale, bringing the hands back in through the heart center, lotus flower. Inhale, back of the palms touching, reach forward. Exhale, reversing that, bringing the hands together at the heart. Good. And inhale, back of the palms, reach forward. Exhale, reversing that back, hands at the heart. And again, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, turning that back towards us, back to that lovely lotus flower. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, hands back together at the heart. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, palms together at the heart. Inhaling, reaching forwards. Exhale, turn the palms. Inhale, moving forward through our mothering lotus. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Good. We'll gently release the hands onto the knees, taking the index finger and thumb touching, spreading the middle, fourth and fifth fingers out in front again. Coming into a little meditation to begin slowing down our practice. And so this meditation is only to be aware of any thoughts going on in the mind. Just allowing this moment to pause and rest. Seeing what's really going on inside. Noticing how the mind can be so busy sometimes, so just allowing it time to rest. Good. Gently beginning to ground ourselves back into the moment, just being aware of any points connecting with the ground underneath the ankles, the legs, underneath the hips and glutes. Being aware maybe of the sitting bones. Good, and we can gently move back now onto a laying position. Keeping the knees nice and bent, just allowing the knees to fall into each other. Resting the hands on the lower abdominal if you want to, making the connection with the skin. Just giving some love, attention to this area. Taking some deep breaths here. Maybe you're still observing any thoughts, or maybe the mind is fully relaxed wherever you are. It's exactly where you should be, not giving yourself any type of hard time at all, just allowing it to be there. Just resting here, allowing the body to recuperate. Good, and we can gently begin to bring some awareness back into the body. Beginning to wake the body by just noticing the ground underneath us. Aware of any points of contact we have with the earth. Taking a nice deep breath to bring the body into a more wakeful state. Maybe stretching through the toes, maybe stretching the arms up above. Just listen to your body, just see what it needs. And we're just going to cross the arms over each other, giving ourselves a bit of a hug here. To love others, we should always start with loving ourselves and our body. Doing every single thing we do with love and kindness, compassion. And if that doesn't resonate with you right now, just allow that to be a case, but just begin to be aware of how you feel. Good. We can gently roll onto our right side when you feel ready. If you need longer, just hold it here, using the arm as a pillow. Just again taking some easy breaths, some more wakeful breathing. Just taking our attention to anywhere we're connecting with the ground right now. Good. And if you feel ready, we could gently push through the hands, coming to an upright position, using the hands to guide us. Crossing the legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Just taking a moment here with the eyes closed. Notice how we feel now, if there's any difference to another time in the week or maybe the beginning of the practice. Good, we'll bring the hands together at the heart, being thankful for our body and for attending this practice, attending to us and to our needs. And anything else you're thankful for. Sealing that, dipping the chin down onto the chest. Namaste.